Hello everybody, welcome back to EAFC 24 with the Youth Academy Challenge with Gillingham. And, 3 points against Aston Villa puts us into the Champions League spots. That is massive. It's the final episode of the Premier League season, and 5th place Gillingham are taking on 13th place Aston Villa. If you weren't here for the last episode, go check it out. But we got a draw and a win, which put us within 2 points of Chelsea in 4th, and this game against Aston Villa is our game in hand. If we win that, we're 1 point behind West Ham for 3rd, and we could be in a very good position to secure a Champions League season next year, which would be massive. Now this game comes off the back of the Fulham one quite quickly, as that's quite the strike partnership for Aston Villa. Richarlison and Julian Alvarez. Interesting. But I think we might have some tired legs in this one. I think everyone's going to be okay. I don't think we're going to have to make any changes. Let's get into it. It's Gillingham versus Aston Villa. So we know the importance of this game. This is Gillingham's game in hand against Chelsea. And if they win this, they are 4th in the Premier League table, securing them. If they then go and win against Crystal Palace, that would secure them Champions League football on their first season in the top flight. And that would be absolutely massive. So let's see if Gillingham can get those 3 points and secure a win here against Aston Villa. Down in 13th, so not having a great season. And Zan Novak is obviously the man on form at the moment for Gillingham. We're going to be looking to get him on the ball as much as possible. Barry, ball through into Richarlison. Richarlison, great save from McNeil. The Brazilian striker really should have scored that, as Revan goes into Irigobanum. Into Barry on the edge of the area. Here's Richarlison again. Turns his man. His shot goes wide, but it really should be 1-0 Villa. Rivero, really nice ball into Schneider. Mercado's there. Novak gives in the run. Zan Novak could be in. Novak with a shot. Good save from Arnold in goal. It remains 0-0. Both teams looking like they're going for a win here. Villa need it just to get a higher percentage of the prize money in the Premier League. As Jovanovic with a header. Arnold sticks out a hand very late, but does make the save. That's going to give a lot of confidence to the Gillingham players, because the goalkeeper did not look brilliantly confident there on that one, as Alvarez has the ball and Villa can hold on to it for a little bit longer. Richarlison just goes wide for Aston Villa, runs into Cusick, and good strength from the Estonian there to make sure that he won the ball, as Richarlison fell over looking for a free kick. And here come Gillingham. It goes to Novak. Novak holds it up well, puts it into Zhao, gets the ball out of his feet. Zhao is in on goal. The Premier League's top goal scorer hits it straight at the keeper, and Arnold stayed big and made a good save. And Zhao, you'd put your money on Zhao scoring that really in that situation, and that's a good ball from Richarlison out to the wing to find Azaz. Azaz comes forward, but Cusick's there again. Really good defending from the fullback, who's had his critics this season. But yeah, Gillingham playing well at the moment, but Aston Villa, well, both teams, to be honest, are actually looking to hit each other on the counter-attack, and it's making for a very entertaining game as Barry just accelerates past the defence and McNeil is called into action. A really good save now from both goalkeepers. And, wow, I mean, what a game we've got here. End-to-end pretty much is like the end-of-season games that you can get, where just chances galore. Everyone's going for the final goals and final points of the season. And, of course, this means a lot for Gillingham. Half an hour gone. They know that 3 points here is massive for the Champions League qualification spots in the league. As Revan comes forward with it. The cross was blocked and it went back to Julian Alvarez. Alvarez is there. Looks to turn. Just cuts the ball back to Irigobanum. Irigobanum shoots and McNeil is covered. Schneider lays it off to Mercado. Eduardo Mercado comes forward with it, and he's got Zhao at the back post, and he's put a great cross in. Zhao! There it is, the goal for the Premier League's top goal scorer this year. Zhao gets it. What a cross from Eduardo Mercado. A really, really good ball in on into the path of Zhao, and he gets the finish, and he is celebrating, and I think he's guaranteed golden boot by now. I think it needs Haaland to score about 8, but I'll have to check that. But what a cross that is from Eduardo Mercado, right into the path of Zhao on the volley. He tucks it past Arnold in goal. It's 1-0 Gillingham, and boy do the fans love it. That's a good ball forward into the path of Richarlison. Richarlison holds it up well. Jovanovic comes out to meet him, just timed that tackle perfectly well there, and it's half time. Gillingham 1, Aston Villa 0, on the cusp of Champions League positions here. So no changes at half-time for Gillingham, none for Aston Villa. The second half gets underway, and yeah, Richarlison had that massive chance right at the beginning of the game. McNeil pulled out a good save, although Rivero, hang on a minute, because Rivero has just won the ball incredibly high up the pitch here. Zhao finds Novak. On one more it goes to Mercado, back to Novak. just controls it really well with his feet. Novak onto that left foot. Oh, went for the bending effort, but couldn't get it right. Schneider in towards Zhao. Couldn't quite bring it down, and Aziz is there. Zhao dives in to try and win it back, but it's come to Kadaglu, who moves it onto Irigabunam. Douglas Luiz, who we've really not mentioned too much in this game at all in midfield for Aston Villa, has been swamped every time he gets the ball. This is better, though, from Villa, as they come forward through Revan on that far-hand side. But again, it's one loose pass that just lets them down. Clark picks out Fujiwara really well, and he's got an overlapping run. And look at the counter-attack that Gillingham have here. Cusick comes forward from left-back. Cusick's there. There's the cutback. Really good defending. Cusick. Oh, it's, I think, a wayward shot or a good block. It must have been a good block because they stopped that going for a corner, as it's kept alive by Pinto. Pinto down the right-hand side. Gets into a really good crossing position. In it goes towards the back post. Fujiwara with the overhead kick. Oh, we got it all sorts of right and all sorts of wrong. Really good connection, but the aiming was all off. Here come Aston Villa. Azaz into the area. There's the good cut back to Douglas Luiz. We said he'd been kept quiet, but he only needs one chance, and it's 1-1. The Brazilian Douglas Luiz gets it from just inside the penalty area. Really good play from Azaz on the right wing, and yeah, just held it up here. Little ball roll that took me away, and Douglas Luiz is not going to miss from there. He's a quality player. 1-1 here, Gillingham v Aston Villa. And there's that finish from Douglas Luiz again. Great angle, that one, to see it fly into the side netting. So at 1-1, it's Scott Lloyd who makes some substitutions. Papadopoulos, the same three that came on in the last game. Papadopoulos, Zarins, and Marquez on. Pinto, Fujiwara, and Eduardo Mercado go off. 1-1. Now, oh, that's a really good jump of that tackle there. Papadopoulos straight into the action, though. He's coming forward, and he's done really well, Papadopoulos. He's done really well, Papadopoulos. He's done really well, Papadopoulos. And he's got a goal immediately after coming off the bench. It's Papadopoulos. The ex-club captain celebrates like that. I'm not never doing that celebration again. I don't like that one. But Papadopoulos, what a run. He turned his defender, got into the box, and then the left-footed rifled finish into the roof of the net. Keeper's got no chance. What a finish. 2-1 Gillingham. Come on, boys. So 10 minutes to go in this one. Zarins just holds the ball up and waits for runners in front of him. He may have taken a bit too long, but he's drawn the horrible tackle there from Azaz. 10 minutes to go. The Aston Villa player getting incredibly frustrated. And it could be a booking for the winger there. And it is going to be a booking for Finn Azaz. Cusick puts the free kick into the box. Jovanovic heads it down. Zarins is in. Zarins shoots. But he's been flagged offside. It's a really good flick on from Jovanovic there. That's got to be so close. Oh my word, it's his heel and his arse. Incredible. In all of that as well, Dan Juma came on up front to replace Richarlison for Aston Villa. Looks like Julian Alvarez may have moved to the right-hand side of the front three now, I think they've changed to. As here is Dan Juma. It looks like he's actually gone to the left of the front three, so I don't know who's playing up front for him through the middle. Azaz on the ball, and it goes to Dan Juma. Dan Juma just... Oh, how's he got through all of that? Dan Juma shoots. Great save, McNeil. 4 minutes to go. Corner for Aston Villa then, as Julian Alvarez has also gone off. Douglas Luiz swings this one in. It's Nicola Barella on to replace Alvarez. But this is the place that Zan Novak loves to be, because the AI always commits their last man. And Zan Novak is through on goal to wrap this up for Gillingham. Novak! He's got another one! It's Gillingham 3, Aston Villa 1. This is putting us into 4th place in the Premier League. With a couple of minutes to go, Gillingham are celebrating like crazy. Oh, Champions League could be ours for next season. It's going to be an all-important game against Crystal Palace coming up next. But Zan Novak raced away from the defenders, and when he's one-on-one like that, he generally doesn't miss. Oh, come on. 3-1 Gillingham. Number 17 gets another one for the season. Cusick with a wonderful crossfield pass to pick out Papadopoulos. Zhao puts it through. Oh, first touch was dreadful. Took it away from him, but that should be full time. And it is full time. Gillingham 3, Aston Villa 1. We're up to 4th place, baby. Needless to say again, Zan Novak is man of the match, an 8.3 for him. Papadopoulos coming off the bench and getting an 8.2. He might be pushing for a starting spot soon. Here we go then, the final Premier League game of the season sees us take on Crystal Palace, where we know that a win is enough to secure us 4th position in the league and a Champions League spot for next year. So let's get into this one. Novak's a little bit tired and Pinto's a little bit tired, but I think we stick with the same team. Let's get into it. So Gillingham come into the final Premier League game of the season knowing that a win secures them Champions League football for next year, and Zhao comes into the game knowing that if he scores in this one, it's a new Premier League record for goals in a season. He sits on 36, which is the joint record at the moment, but 37 would give him solo lead at the top of that record table. And yeah, it's not about personal honours, but if we can get him the goal, we're certainly going to try. As Novak's going to try and pick him out straight away here, and Zhao's in it. Oh, we got there first, but his little toe poke goes over the bar. It's a really good effort, and that is one ugly looking Roy Hodgson. Crystal Palace with a good cross into the box, but the header from there is going to have to be something very, very special to beat McNeil from Manu Vallejo, but it could actually lead to a bit of a counter-attack here, because Zhao has released Fujiwara, who's going to get the ball out of his feet. Not too many people to hit in the box. Tries to put a cross in too close to Goodman, and an easy catch for the Crystal Palace goalkeeper. But yes, it's all going to be dependent on as well as the Chelsea result. But if we win, we know we are into the Champions League places come the end of the season. Novak inside to Fujiwara. Fujiwara on one more. Oh, went for the first time pass into Zhao's feet, but couldn't quite get it there. And Ben Johnson brings it away for Crystal Palace. Aboui does very well to turn that inside to Jefferson Lerma. Lerma for Crystal Palace, up to Aboui in there again. Johnson comes forward under pressure from Fujiwara. Lerma. Johnson again. Up the line to Aboui. Crystal Palace playing some good football here, but not really penetrating through too much. And well, that's a poor pass out of the back from Cusick. Raybigger finds Adu. Adu does get a shot off. Good block from Clarkey. It will be a corner. And Crystal Palace are going to work. No, they're not going to work this one short. Fujiwara's there to try and get away. Lerma with a shot, and McNeil pounces on the loose ball. And we've tried to get away quickly, but that was a bit of an error because Kiwior actually got to the ball first, which means Doucouré can launch an attack here. But Fujiwara's done really well. Up towards Novak, just holding the ball up and trying to pick a pass, but took too long. And, well, Bowie's going to try and break through. Can he get a shot off the right back come centre midfielder? No, he can't. Jovanovic did really well. And this time, Novak doesn't hold the ball for too long. And Eduardo Mercado tries to launch a counter-attack. These two teams, again, both of them going very much at it for a win here as it's played in field to Mercado. Mercado on one more to Novak. Novak moves it on to Zhao. Zhao with a shot, and he gets the goal for the record. I thought I'd overplayed it, but Zhao gets the goal, and he's got the record, the solo record at the top of the league. Record breaker. He's amazing. He has been superb. I checked in the development thing where you can see their finances, and his market value since we bought him in through the youth academy has gone up 440%, which is absolutely bonkers. 1-0 Gillingham. Adu's done well on this left hand side. He's not got too much help in the middle. It's a great cross though, and Iberri was running onto it but couldn't get his header on target. But that Adu guy looks very, very quick down the left hand side. He absolutely had Schneider for pace. Had him on toast, and we'll have to keep an eye on that. Fujiwara, great overlapping run from Cusick into Zhao. Zhao can flick it on to Novak. Novak! Oh, it's past the post on the half volley. A really good effort, flowing move from Gillingham there as Zhao found his attacking midfielder behind him, but he just cut across the shot and it goes past the post. Oh, Wagner's done very well there down the left. Him and Adu linking up well, but again, not many people in the box for Palace as Adu takes over. He's looking like a very tricky winger. Adu here. He's up against Jovanovic and holds him off. He's done very well. Wagner's there, but good tackle. And right on the stroke of half-time, Crystal Palace will have a corner. And what can they do with this one? It's Aboui that swings it in towards the near post. Fujiwara heads it away to the edge of the box. Adu's there. Can he get a shot off? No, he goes to a pass into Rayberger. A couple of ball rolls to try and tease Fujiwara in. And Fujiwara's not falling for that one. He's a winger himself. He doesn't dive in with a couple of ball rolls, but it's still going on, this battle here, as Rayminger has created some space, and Doucouré couldn't get his shot off. Half-time, 1-0 Gillingham. So second half underway. Scott Lloyd not making any changes. Obviously, they do have a big FA Cup final coming up, but this is just as an important game, this, to get into the Champions League, as Fujiwara has done very well on that side. Again, no options in the box, though. Gillingham players slow to come and support. Fujiwara then tried to pass it in field, and it was easily intercepted. Oh, Manu Vallejo, lovely step over, completely fooled me, but McNeil is equal to the shot that came from the Crystal Palace striker. And yeah, Manu Vallejo absolutely made me look like a tit there with a step over. I'm not sure if it will be in the footage because I started commentating afterwards, but it completely opened up the space as Novak. That's a terrible first touch. Oh, man. Oh, good football from Crystal Palace has released Adu into a bit of space. But Schneider gets back at him, although Manu Vallejo just nipped in on that pass, trying to go back to Jovanovic. And Wagner is now on it. Crystal Palace all getting a bit congested in there. Adu twisting and turning, trying to create some space. Manu Vallejo on the edge of the area, under pressure from the Gillingham player. Gets it back. Manu Vallejo, McNeil again. He is bloody brilliant. Substitution then for Crystal Palace. And it's Adu coming off to be replaced by whoever that is. I don't know who that is supposed to be either, if it is a real player. But Adu off on that left-hand side, replaced by... Oh, it's Lee Kang in, is it? Okay. A Bowie on the ball, waiting for me to commit, and has created a little bit of space for himself. But Pinto puts a tackle in. Still 1-0 in this final Premier League game of the season, as it's another sub as Eduardo comes on. And he is going to be going up front to replace Manu Vallejo. Again, an interesting substitution from Roy Hodgson, taking off the two players that have arguably been his best in this game, in Adu and Manu Vallejo, but he'll manage his team however he wants to, really, as Zhao looks to come forward with it. Just waits for a bit of a run, and Cusick does give him that bit of movement. Cusick can go up to Novak, just drop of the shoulder, releasing some space, and he puts in Eduardo Mercado. Eduardo Mercado is there, and he encourages Schneider forward, and Schneider is going to take over. Cross comes in, looking for Fujiwara, but Sazala can easily get that looped cross headed away. But it's one back well from Gillingham. Schneider comes forward. Can he keep that one in? No, he can't. He's just overhit it. And with the cup final in mind, we make some changes. It's Novak off to be replaced by Marquez. Dragovic on for Pinto. Zarin's coming on for Fujiwara on the left-hand side as well. And I think I may have done Garrido at right back, but I'm not too sure about that one if I did do that. But yeah, lots of changes. We got that cup final. Don't want any injuries or anything like that. And Novak was very, very tired. So he's going to get a bit of a rest, as Eduardo does take over here. And there is the fresh legs of Garrido. And he's got him behind. Cross comes in, but again, too close to Goodman. It was Marquez who was looking to get on the end of it. But Goodman with some good hands. Johnson, lots of space to run into as Crystal Palace come forward. But some good defending from not one, but two of the Gillingham defenders. Does really well. And Jovanovic flicks it out to Eduardo. He looks to spread the play. And gets Zarins on the ball, who puts it into Cusick. Cusick looks in field and finds Marquez. Marquez has just taken a bit of a sting out of the game, but he's done really well here, Marquez. Great Cruyff turn to create some space. Cusick puts it into the box. Rivero! Oh, my word. It was worked so well by Gillingham there. Oh, and Rivero with the bicycle kick had a chance, but it didn't go in. And Crystal Palace make a sub. Ahmad releases Wagner. Wagner in field to Eduardo. Eduardo gets a shot off, but it's good blocking from Clark and Jovanovic. And Gillingham, with a minute or so to go, are just going to take their time here as Zarins... Oh, my word, I've given it away really stupidly to Ebowie. Please don't make that cost me Champions League football. It won't. Great defending there, as McNeil will clear his lines, and the referee blows his whistle, and we're in the Champions League next year. Come on, the fans go crazy. They know it, we know it. We're in the Champions League next season. Come on, what an achievement that is. Well happy. I am well happy with that. Scott Lloyd takes the plaudits, and there's an FA Cup final still to come. And it's Zhao, the record breaker, that gets man of the match. Very fitting with his one goal today. Superb performance. Champions League, here we come. And would you believe it? We finished third. West Ham United could only get a draw on the final day of the season. Who were they playing? Who were West Ham United playing? They were playing, I don't know, it'll be the end of May, right? Will be the end of the fixtures. West Ham drew 2-2 with Leicester. Wow. Thank you, Leicester. But we finished third, a point ahead of West Ham. So definitely in the Champions League next year. We scored the most goals in the league with 77. We probably conceded one of the most as well with 59. But yeah, Man City win the title. Liverpool second, us third. West Ham get into the Champions League, finishing fourth. Chelsea into the Europa League. Man United will go into the Conference League. And then down the bottom is Leicester, Sheffield United and Crystal Palace getting relegated. Man, I'm glad we beat Crystal Palace. I didn't realise they were bottom. Bloody hell. And there we have it. Next episode is the FA Cup final versus Leeds. It'll be a massive episode. I don't know if Leeds... I'm going to assume Leeds are in the Premier League. Are Leeds in the Premier League? Leeds are not in the Premier League. It's the third best team in England playing... well, I'm not going to be able to see where they finished, am I? So, change competition, can I do that? Or is that, no, it's just going to go through this, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, playing a championship team. I'm going to assume Leeds got promoted at the top because they're quite a good team. But, yeah, bloody hell. That's what we'll be back for. The FA Cup final. See you then.